Oh my God, 28. We're here. It's recording. We're doing things.
We're here.
Welcome to Soul Palate.
Episode.
We're here.
Of Soul Palate.
We're doing this for real.
We are doing it, y'all.
Hey.
This is now a part of our weekly schedule.
It is.
Officially.
And it's feeling good. It actually is really good for us to do this, honestly. I feel it's very therapeutic, honestly.
Definitely cathartic.
And needed. So, once again, welcome to Soul Palate. I am Kapri Robinson.
I am Danae Jones.
And we are here to normalize black and brown palates. We're here to give our black women expertise in life.
Yes.
Talk about all things that are happening around us, with us, through us. And we're happy that you're here to enjoy.
Yes. Thank you to everyone who has watched, listened, downloaded, etc. so far. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And we will continue to create as long as y'all continue to indulge.
Thank you for those who are sharing, liking, all the things.
All the things. All the supportive things. Please
so
like,
good.
comment, subscribe, rate,
Talk
do
to
all
us.
of the things. Yes, engage, comments.
Yeah.
I'll actually put our email, our Soul Palate email, in the description for anyone that wants to send me any questions or anything like that. So maybe we'll incorporate that at some point, like a segment where, we encourage people to like send in questions or just anything.
Absolutely.
So that'd be cool. Or even if somebody has like a topic or whatever they think we should talk about, just anything. So
when we get more engagement, we'll definitely do
that.
We'll definitely need it.
So get to engage you, bitches.
Okay. Period.
Well, okay. So the sippery.
First we sip. All right.
We're doing gin today.
We are doing gin today, which is
for
one of my
category.
favorite categories of spirits.
Yeah, it's a category I don't drink very much. I might have had a little too much of it yesterday, but I have zero regrets. So,
how are you drinking your gin yesterday?
So I started I started with a rum cocktail, but Rich was just making it sound so delicious, and it was. But then I switched over to gin. So I had an aviation at some point. I had their daybreak, which is, I think that was where I started on the gin track. I had started with that rum cocktail, then I tried the shandy that he said you love.
I drink that shandy all the time. It was really
good. That's what he said. That's what he said. And then I had the daybreak, which is a gin cocktail.
Nice.
And then I had aviation after that.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was
the 3-day weekend is the rum one, right? Mm-hmm. Is that the one you took a picture of?
Yes.
That's great.
That was really good.
We'll talk about it later. Metro Bar though. Great.
Yeah, Metro Bar's great.
Okay, so which way are we having? What do we have lined up?
So let's start from the gunpowder. So let's start right over to left.
Okay, so the way that you all see them is the way that we're
tasting them.
And first and foremost. Oh wow, it smells good as fuck.
Yes. Oh my god, there's so much happening. That's the one thing I love about gin is just there's a lot of similar botanicals in gin that go across the board. A lot of shared botanicals like the angelica, the cassia, the juniper, obviously. But I love when there's different ways that the citrus is expressed.
Yes.
I love when it's different. Yeah, just different shit here. This smells great. So what are we getting?
It's giving me pepper for sure. Lots
Definitely
of pepper.
got a lot of black pepper. Maybe pink peppercorn. Maybe not black.
Pink for sure. But like rose, there's lemon, there's orange.
The lemon is heavy, so is the orange. Let's see, what's the botanicals in
peppermint too.
So yeah, a little bit of that menthol. Drumshanbo. That's a mouthful.
Ireland, yes. It's a little town in Ireland, supposedly by some lake, who knows. And they said that their ingredients are they keep using the word oriental. It's not my favorite word to use, but they keep using these words of their botanicals. And according to their website, the trail is starting in China, going through Indonesia, Cambodia, India, Macedonia, let me know if that's wrong, Romania, Germany, Morocco, and then ending in Drumshanbo. And this is going to be a copper distilled. I guess for gin, you have to redistill. So just a few notes about gin, actually, before we even keep going on. Yes. So two different things. The EU, which is European Union, I believe, and USA have different laws for their gins. For gin in the U.S., 2 principal ways for making gin. Also, shout out to WSET. Redistillation of botanicals using a base spirit. Doesn't matter what spirit base. And you can do maceration or percolation, of the botanicals in a spirit. Gin that has, it can be called distilled gin if it has been made using redistillation. Flavors may not be added after redistillation. For the EU, there's a lot more going on here. Juniper flavored spirits is what they call it. Sometimes these spirits can be made using a neutral spirit or a grain distillate, not distilled to 96 ABV. The gin can only be made from neutral alcohol. Botanicals and other flavorings can be used. Must taste predominantly of juniper in the EU. And have a minimum bottling strength of 37.5 ABV. Wow, that's pretty low.
Yeah.
Distilled gin must be made by redistilling a neutral spirit with juniper berries. Other botanicals and other flavors may be added to distill it after redistillation. Distilled gin must taste predominantly of juniper and minimum bottling strength of 37.5. Awesome. So that's that. It goes into a lot more other things. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is an Irish gin that we're actually smelling.
I wonder if Oriental is considered politically incorrect. It feels a little
It
cringy
feels
to me, but I don't know if that's actually offensive.
Oh God, let's see.
If it does go across a span of like multiple Asian countries, then is it classified as Oriental? Is that more appropriate to say than just say Asian because it's going across the continent? I don't know. At this point, who the hell knows?
I don't know. It is a word, and it says from of Asia, especially East Asia.
When speaking literally, it is correct.
Is Oriental politically
correct?
Politically. Y'all, I have a whole bunch of fuck ups. Politically correct. Okay. This is 2018.
Okay.
After 50 years of Asian American, advocates say the term is more essential than ever. Oh, I guess we're talking about Asian American, not Oriental.
Okay. Well, look.
That has nothing to do with
Asian French. Educate us.
Yeah, can someone let us know if you're listening out there?
Yes, please.
Are these people using the word Oriental all over their Irish gin page weird or no?
Also, what's considered politically correct in Europe is very different from what's considered politically correct in the U.S.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Who knows?
It seems to all be relative at this point.
LA Times, the term Oriental is outdated, but is it racist? Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Not to laugh at that. Okay. I hope it's not racist.
So, Drumshanbo, honey.
Yes. Oh, wow. It just smells really good. Here we go, taste.
On the palate, it's not as wide of an array.
No.
Of characteristics as it is on the nose.
Woo! That finish.
I was going to say, it dries out really fast.
Super floral, though.
Yeah, definitely giving dry, like rose petals, maybe even some dry, like white flower.
Very dry white flower, but almost cleaning product. Dry,
like super concentrated, maybe.
Yeah. Lemon. Wow.
Yeah, heavy on the lemon oil. Almost like some pith, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. I'm making a good cocktail. I would like this in a bee's knees.
These botanicals are
almost lavender
screaming at you, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I get the anise, but I'm not sure.
I get like white pepper.
Definitely.
It's like all white flour, white pepper, some rose. That is interesting. The way that it dries out, it's almost like not powdery, but that like
it's a little bitter to me. On the finish. But the way that you're talking about it, it's drying out.
Yeah. But it dries out into what almost feels like a powdery texture.
Yeah. So we're talking meadow sweet, juniper berries, angelica root, caraway seed, gunpowder tea, oriental grapefruit.
Gunpowder tea. What's the BB?
The BB.
BB. on our
vapor basket.
Basket.
There's 4 of them that go in the vapor basket, and the other 8, which are cardamom, coriander seed, orris root, star anise, lemon, and kaffir lime, which they don't use the word kaffir anymore, but 4 of them go into the vapor basket, and then the rest of the 8 go into their copper pot that they re-distill with. And what they put into the botanical basket are, I think I said, the grapefruit, the tea.
Yeah, the gunpowder tea, the oriental, grapefruit, and those are the only 2 that was referenced on those.
Oh shit, the lemon and the kaffir lime are also going there.
Now, why is kaffir not used anymore?
Kaffir is actually used as a racist term in Africa. Yes, so that is not a political correct word. They call it now, it's a whole nother word now.
So kaffir is a no.
Yes. Why the name Kaffir Lime is wildly offensive to many.
Okay. This is interesting.
Jesus. Okay, so yes. Oh, there's a person that says Kaffir no more. That's a Twitter name.
Wow.
Because it's a racist nature of the K word. Oh. A term that comes from an Arabic word kafir, meaning non-believer or infidel. It's highly offensive and legally actionable racial slur in South Africa.
Okay.
It's not about the history of the term, but removing the word from our vocabulary before it becomes totally ingrained. Okay.
It doesn't seem shocking that an Irish brand doesn't mind still using the word.
Or just doesn't.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different.
They're using another word for the lime. I'm sorry, I don't know what they are called right now.
We will figure that out.
Yes.
And get back to y'all.
Yes, we will. What?
Girl, okay.
Let's
get into our catch up.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yes.
While I feel like I have been doing a lot of resting the past 3 days, I'm still just very tired. I feel the need to rest more. I've taken 2 bubble baths. That'll kind of bring me back to life.
Mm-hmm.
But energetically, I've just been, I don't know, mentally I've been a little drained. Emotionally, I've been a little drained. I've been kind of battling, just trying to keep my thoughts positive and stuff like that, but not necessarily feeling as positive. So that's been a lot. I tried purging my room, redoing my closet, and trying to clean and hope that kind of helps any heavy feelings or whatever by just purging some shit, which did help a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of in that moment. It feels like a wave that just hasn't crashed yet.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I've also been very tired, procrastinating, not doing much, not cleaning much, not going anywhere much, not talking to people a lot at all.
Yeah, I've been definitely on my phone all day Saturday.
In my off days, I just put my phone somewhere else and just sit in front of the TV or probably fall asleep, which is mostly about for me, it's an overwhelmingness of the things that I need to do, need to get done, and have to do, and the time shortening, and that feeling so overwhelming that I shut down and sleep, then it pushes shit back, then I'm overwhelmed again, and then I go back to sleep. So it's been a lot, feeling there's really no help, feeling I don't have anything, I don't know where to reach out, who to talk to. I mean, it's been a lot this week, just wanting to just exist in a different area sometimes. What if I just dropped everything and moved to some place and just started over in something else?
There's a lot more you have to do, though.
What if I could just do that? But it's been a lot of those stuff, so I definitely understand the battling of negative thoughts this week and the past 2 weeks. Honestly, it's just keeping it chugging along, as much as possible, but also seeing the goodness in my life where it is, right? Like being able to pay rent with my new job, being happy at my new job, having benefits. That's been such a beacon for me, and just thinking about the future of what that is, thinking about the things that I have coming up that are going to be great in the future. Toxic's Best competition, my trip with my mother to Aruba, like, you know, Tiki by the Sea this weekend. So, like, you know, things kind of balance out, but it's been really an overwhelming of, like, I really don't want to look at or see or hear anything. I spent the whole day and I didn't say anything out my mouth.
That's probably for the best, though. I feel like that's a good thing. You need to recharge in some ways. And I mean...
Well, like, not even to myself, you know? Usually I'm in here, I probably talk to myself at least. I didn't even say anything to myself.
Well, maybe you didn't feel like talking.
Oh, I didn't.
Maybe yourself didn't like hearing shit. Yeah. I don't think that's a negative thing. I think when you feel those things, to not force yourself to do the opposite of what you feel,
right,
is probably the best way to go.
I mean, yeah, we talk a lot about just kind of feeling it, right? Living through it, feeling through it, but it's always just, ugh.
Yeah.
It's a, ugh.
That's a good onomatopoeia for the episode. Ugh.
And every time I even write UGH, it don't give it that.
Nah, it's that phlegmy, that old German joint.
Add some phlegm. But yesterday I got in the shower early, you know. I was supposed to make my Cajun shrimp pasta yesterday, and
girl, that shit was delicious.
I didn't have enough noodles, and my onion went bad.
Girl, I was craving pasta. What was that, Saturday? My cleaning day. I was craving pasta, which I always do when I'm feeling anything emotionally. I crave pasta.
The same.
I went in my pantry, bitch. I had this much wheat spaghetti and fucking macaroni. Now, I'm a person that keeps a linguine, I keeps a fettuccine, I keeps a thin spaghetti. I always have pasta in the pantry.
Yeah.
I didn't have any in my little pasta jar. I didn't have any in the pan. I was like, what the fuck is this?
What are we doing?
I had everything to make a sauce and barely any pasta. So I want to eat fucking macaroni and 2 bites of fucking wheat spaghetti. But
so sad.
The sauce was good as fuck, though.
So sad. Like,
I was like quite proud of that sauce.
That's good.
I plucked the basil off the roof.
Ooh.
I used some old cab that I just never finished to make the sauce.
Nice.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna repurpose this.
You know what? I need to definitely go read back through the Empire in the Diner recipes and probably make something.
Girl, yes. I need to do that sea bass recipe, matter of fact. And whatever sauce y'all did with that ground turkey was good as shit. I would remake that.
Bolognese? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yes. That's going to be the next thing I make. Oh, great.
That bolognese.
Yeah, shout out to Eric. That was great. Shout out to the chef who provided those recipes.
That was Chef Joseph. Out Oakland. Nice, great.
But I know one thing we were just talking about is what the fuck is in retrograde right now?
Right.
So something. Shit has been in retrograde. So planets that are all currently now in retrograde.
Just letting y'all know.
Saturn has been in retrograde since May. And will be in retrograde until October 10th. Saturn controls, it is the planet that is responsible for our boundaries, our structure and habits that keep our daily lives in check.
Hold on now. Y'all already know from the last episode, boundaries have been crossed.
Structure, all fucked up.
Okay.
Essentially, it is something to be mindful of when you're focusing on your career, which...
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I can't wait till October 10th, because I'm just having a lot of, like...
Oh, October 10th?
Yeah.
That's great. That's going to be perfect time to reset.
I've definitely been having a lot of, like, career questioning.
That's
and just
so
feeling
real.
like I'm not producing enough.
Ugh, that's an ever-ending fucking feeling.
I was going to say, and then I got... fucking Virgo and what? Saturn, Mars, Venus. So like, was it Mercury, Mars, Venus? One of them. But needless to say, that Virgo, like everything has to be perfect twitch has definitely been in overdrive. And so it just leads to me wanting to just crawl into bed and sleep.
Yeah, that's what my answers usually are. I'm getting better.
It's insane. Jupiter is also currently in retrograde until October 17th.
All right.
So the week after Saturn goes back to normal, Jupiter then goes back to normal. Jupiter is a planet that is typically associated with growth. So this retrograde is a time to bring things into fruition.
Okay.
we released our podcast within that time frame. So bringing shit into fruition makes sense.
Sent out some press releases.
Yes.
The brand is really taking on its own self, so I really love that. Kind of like looking at what brand kits and stuff look like. Just really awesome. So I love that.
I'm excited about that. Neptune also currently in retrograde. Yeah, until December 1st. Neptune in retrograde is the reality check of the celestial motion. I don't know what that means. During this time, you might find yourself wondering, how come I didn't realize this before? Oh! Jesus, I've had a lot of that. Oh. Neptune is most definitely keeping things in check. The good news is that if you're struggling with confusion and having those rose-colored glasses, Neptune retrograde can be a good time to put your feet back on the ground and see things for what they are instead of what we want them to be. I feel that. Absolutely. I could definitely feel that. Okay. I've been having a lot of like internal revelations, just in terms of like recognizing where my stuff comes from, where like certain triggers come from, where certain like emotional like hang-ups or whatever come from, or like points of view that I have a hard time like stepping outside of. Having a lot of revelations about that. Definitely addressing a lot of like where like family stuff come from, like a lot of my like mommy stuff, even having revelations about like the time where I spent living with my grandparents and stuff, and just remembering interactions with my grandmother or whatever that just weren't the healthiest, and how that's affected my personality or whatever. Like just revelations and stuff about like that. And that's funny that they prompted with the question of like, how come I didn't realize this before? Because that's definitely kind of the question that I would ask myself after having the like kind of mini revelation of like, damn, what took me so long to kind of put those two things together? Type of shit. Like, basically bothering to ask the question, I guess, and to get the answer for real. But I definitely been having a lot of them type of moments.
Wow,
which has been interesting. Venus also in retrograde. Fun. Oh, no, it's not. Thank God. Not yet.
Sorry.
It will be in December. Right. Okay, so right now we have got Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury will be in retrograde on the 27th of this month, y'all. So hide your kids, hide your wives, tack down your wigs, and just brace yourselves. Because the 27th until October 17th, Mercury will be in retrograde. Right. Which, the infamous Mercury in retrograde, of course, we know that planet kind of steals the spotlight because it is the most frequently in retrograde, and it tends to be the one where we can feel the most, like, it feels like the bullshit that comes with Mercury retrograde is the most tangible.
Yes.
While it is known for wreaking havoc on our love lives and misplacing objects, Mercury retrograde forces us to approach challenges from a new perspective. All the setbacks, all the roadblocks, it's actually an opportunity to make things better, according to our current source. It's just that from my perspective, it can feel like it's ruining our high. But the truth is, Mercury in retrograde is an opportunity to get things right. So it's really just about preparing yourself for the fact that it's happening.
Change.
Yeah, being open to change, being like diligent about things. I like to like create checklists during retrograde just because my brain is all over the place.
That's wrong.
My brain's been all over the place just in general. Seems like the past like month or so. It's been scrambled.
I've been conjumbled too. My brain has been
conjumbled. That's a good one. Conjumbled might be an episode title. Conjumbled.
It's been conjumbled because the things that have been happening around me have been making me
jumbling
to the point of confusion where I can't comprehend.
Yeah.
Which makes me just feel like I'm walking through life on like autopilot.
Yeah. I think life in America right now, it just period, has been very conjumbling.
And we're going to talk about that.
It's just definitely, I try not to allow it to give me a ton of anxiety because there's a lot outside of my control. But it doesn't necessarily stop shit from giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
Just because I'm trying to, I'm trying to push the anxiety to the back of my head, but then even the tiniest things give me anxiety, probably because I'm just not addressing the bigger anxiety.
That's wrong.
But yeah, I mean,
or even knowing what the bigger anxiety is.
Yeah, like what really the root of it is.
Yeah, that's
like,
usually my issue.
Well, for me, I know lack of control gives me anxiety, and there's just so much shit out of my control. But so,
I think I usually can move a little okay in that fashion. A little. I do have some control things for sure, but like I don't know. I think for me, it's really just like how people react. I still, even though I know I can't do anything about it, when people react a certain way, I'm always like,
yeah.
Why?
It's giving thinking emoji.
I'm learning how to not have the last word.
I'm learning that lesson too.
Really
Marriage will definitely teach you that.
Big for me to try to learn. I'm trying to learn.
Yeah. That's a hard one.
What?
I am a person who likes to. It's a toggle between what I feel, but also logic in order to justify how I feel.
Period.
So I have a really hard time, but I have a very logical explanation for why I feel a certain way about something.
And it seems like you're not getting
you're not getting that. I have a hard time just releasing it to like, we'll just agree to disagree. Like, how do you not agree with this?
You don't see any of this adding up. None of this adds up in your math book. Okay.
Bruh. What calculator are
Because
you
honestly,
using?
for me, if it doesn't add up, I usually probably am not talking to you anymore.
And that doesn't always work, especially in relationships you care about, because not everyone is going to agree on everything at every point in time, as difficult as that is to process.
Don't get me wrong, you don't have to. So also, don't get me wrong, you don't have to always agree on everything with me. Yeah. I'm really great at open to different sides of a whole bunch of things. When it comes to my feelings, though, it's harder for me to not say the last word, because I'm like, you have to understand why I feel like this.
Yeah.
You know, I can't leave it up to anything, because that just means I can let you treat me any type of way.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's been really hard about still digesting everything from the whole bourbon country, whatever fuck Bushwick thing. Just really seeing all the people that I will never have, they will never understand how harmful that man was to me and Mike.
Yeah.
Just hundreds of comments. And there were even people that commented onto that apology, didn't say anything publicly to me on my page, but recently reached out to ask how am I doing post everything.
I don't give a fuck how you're doing for real.
Can you believe that? I couldn't even
answer. I can believe it.
Yeah,
I can. I absolutely can.
I couldn't even answer because it's somebody that it's a person that I actually really looked up to.
Damn.
And so but yeah, so that's been a lot. Yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot.
I cannot wait to hear who this is.
Okay, because
it's so unfortunate with the people you like look up to or like disappoint you in that way. Like they turn out to not be who you think they are,
right?
And who you thought you were, had some aspirations to be like or whatever. Like definitely had them type of moments.
I've had them too many times in the industry.
Me too, and it's like I was just about to say, it makes it. It's already not hard for me to be jaded. It's just not hard for me. Yeah. So it's unfortunate when people make it even easier. Like to be like jaded and just have like to just help rip them rose colored shades right off my fucking face like shit. Man. Speaking of rose color, let's do our second sip.
Okay.
Ooh, that was a good segue. A good little segue.
It was.
So this is the Gin Lane London Dry Victorian Pink Gin, honey. Another mouthful. Oh, damn.
I moved too fast.
It'll dry.
Good thing about alcohol, it always does.
So we're still in Europe. Oh yes, like that we started in Europe and then we go into the U.S. Great.
Wow. Look at that. Amazing.
That was not even intentional.
Good job.
Look how God works. Yes, that's black magic. Okay. So we're now in London. I wanted to pick at least one that was given London Dry. Yeah. Which, you know, I should have the definition of London Dry.
Oh,
I don't
it was
want
in
to
here.
Paraphrase.
Let's see.
I do know that London Dry has to be juniper forward.
It's a type of distilled gin. The principal difference being that no flavors or sweeteners can be added after redistillation.
Yes.
That's what's giving you London Dry.
Yes, and it is juniper forward.
Yeah, because
I was gonna say as a characteristic, I think it has to be, right?
Yeah, as a EU gin in general.
Yeah, but you can make a London dry gin in the U.S. It just has to adhere to those laws in order to be classified as such.
I think that if
dry gin doesn't have to be produced in
right, it doesn't have to. It can be made anywhere, but I think also if you're going to make it a London dry, you have to probably fit the EU standard anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is
you still have to go by that European standard for it to be classified as that for sure. Which is why a lot of those Americans don't make it. They call it American dry,
right,
or Western.
I mean, this is not giving much coming out of the nose. My God.
So the reason that it's pink, y'all, is because they actually do some Angostura bitters in the gin, and that's what's giving it its color. And it's also going to contribute to the flavor. Probably going to add some bitterness, maybe some tannins. But the botanicals that this is distilled with is, of course, juniper, cassia bark, orris root, Sicilian lemon, coriander, star anise, simple orange, and angelica root. You don't get a ton. I mean, technically, this is a cocktail in a bottle.
Well, yeah.
Just gin and bitters, period.
Pink gin was a cocktail first.
Yeah.
Just look that up. All started with a German doctor named Johann Siegert. While in Angostura, Venezuela, the doctor sought a remedy for tropical stomach ailments, eventually perfecting I was about to say he's the person that created Angostura bitters. Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Amazing. Wow.
That's so funny.
I
mean, the history of gin goes so fucking far back anyway.
Absolutely.
But it started as a way to cure ailments. Alcohol, period, distillation of roots and grains and barks and bitters and shit. It actually started as a way to cure ailments before it became something to indulge in.
Crazy.
This is not. It's giving
nothing.
I was gonna say, aside from I get white on the nose. It's white.
Whiteness.
It's giving white. Sorry. It's giving white on the nose. And when we say that, we mean like white pepper, white powderiness, white flour, white soap. Like, if you can imagine all of those things, that's what this is.
Maybe, and I mean maybe, if you spritzed a lemon this far away, and if you are listening, it's far as fuck from my glass.
Yeah.
Like, just far.
A far away expression of that.
I whiffed a lemon.
Lemon waft. White and lemon waft.
Lemon waft. That's amazing. Alright. No, that's really good.
Give me more on the palate. Definitely get that juniper, of course. So it's giving like Christmas tree-ish.
I'm not really liking the finish on this at all.
This is less dry than the gunpowder. A little bit more. What's it? Viscosity. A little bit more. But the flavor-wise, it's
falling flat, honey.
It's falling really flat, yeah.
Ain't giving me nothing. If there's a little bit of bitters in it, I don't have it.
I don't taste the angle. I mean, I don't think they intend for you to like necessarily taste it.
I know, but like, can I get a little cinnamon? Can I get a little
for the aesthetic, to be honest? But
it's okay. I mean, juniper's there. It's a distillate.
Yeah.
I'm giving this a. And I'm sorry, because I think I know somebody that works with this.
If I had to give it like, if I had to put it on a scale, I'll give it acceptable.
If I needed to do a color in a clarified drink,
yeah. This would be very pretty for that. If I wanted to do a little Valentine's Day cocktail or something, and I wanted some pink and not have to add color from something else, I would use it. But now, honestly, one thing about Gin Lane though, their Old Tom gin is really good.
Gin Lane has some good gins. I just don't think
this is just falling a little flat.
Yeah, I'm really sad about it.
And what's so funny, all of that gin that's gone out of there, I barely have even drank this. I've had this for years now.
What are you doing with it?
So I did a gin bar for one of my mom's birthday
nice.
shindigs, and so I had the whole lineup of Gin Lane because I almost was an ambassador for them at one point, but they wanted me to do too much out of pocket and like wanted to like reimburse me for all this stuff. I was like, I'm not.
Shit, I think we might have talked about this.
I think we did, but I still had the bottles left from that brief period of time, and so I just used them for a gin bar. And we made cocktails with it and stuff. One of Shantae's friends, she loves that gin. She didn't know my name, but she just knew it's the pink gin. And that was the only pink gin I had seen, like, at that time on the market. So
I think the only other one I've seen is Beefeater might have a pink gin.
I didn't even know Beefeater had one.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Interesting.
Interesting.
Alright, Jelaine. Well, that was something. Okay. It was something. It was a little something. Let's see what else we catch up
Beefeater
on.
has a pink gin.
What else happened in the past couple weeks? I went to Florida again,
Nice.
but only for a day this time. It was a very nice 24 hours though, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blake. I didn't have to like buy anything or anything, which was great.
Yeah.
He flew me up in Jacksonville, which is real cool. I went down for the release party for our private reserve, our batch 1 private reserve, which sold out in a day, which was great. So it was definitely something to celebrate.
Nice.
And it was just a good trip. The party was at a country club, which was so fun.
Nice.
It was another one of those full circle moments that just kind of made me like reminisce back to the catering days.
Yeah.
Just like being in the country club. It's so nice to not be behind this table pouring shots of shit for you people. It's so great. I'm just so happy right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was nice. I got to meet a lot more of his family and like close friends and stuff, which was really cool.
Nice.
Everybody was super nice, very welcoming. Everybody that I've come across in Jacksonville, it's very chill. It gives very small town. Like a lot of people grew up together, know each other, and so it was real cool.
Awesome.
I had a good time. The food at that country club was everything. They made a mean wing for starters.
Oh!
They had these dry rub, like Cajun style wings, whatever, which was so good.
Oh my
Had a really good salad.
Yeah.
I had some drink called a humdinger, some shit like that, and it was like ice cream based with some whiskey. I think it was good as shit.
Oh.
I was hungover the next day for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I was just trying shit. I had champagne. I had some good red wine. Blake picked some mean cab.
Yeah.
Of course, we were sipping on the fucking private reserve. Then I had my fucking humdinger. I was like, oh my god, that's a lot. We were just sitting there talking and shit. Just me and the housewives there, all the kids and shit, multiple kids and shit. I was like, oh god. But no, it was a lot of fun.
That's
It was
good.
definitely a lot of fun. Then the next day we had tacos, which I've only had good tacos so far in Jacksonville. Their food is good as shit in Jacksonville.
Man, all right.
And that's definitely like a good little like foodie spot. Like,
Okay.
they had the first time that me and Rob went together, we went to this Korean spot, and however they did their wings, their Korean fried wings. Oh god, that shit was just. I have not had anything like it since, and I've been trying to find it.
That's wrong.
I've been trying to find it. I just need to go back to Jacksonville and have it there.
That's it. That's
If we do make our way to Savannah again this year, I'm probably going to do another day trip to Jacksonville. Because that was how we did it last time. We just spent the night in Jacksonville. It's like a 2-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't bad at all. So we might have to do that again. Because for the food alone. And they had some good bars too.
Awesome.
They had some pretty cool spots.
Okay.
There's a spot called Sidecar, which is like half inside, half outside.
Yeah.
It's really nice. There's another spot, I forgot the name of it, but the front half of it is a liquor store. And they have like a speakeasy in the back. They have like just a regular, like, I think it's like 10-seater or something like that towards the front. So you can like shop for liquor, but you can also sit at the bar. Like,
Nice.
it's pretty cool. So, like, there's some nice little spots up there. I definitely like Jacksonville a lot. It's one of those cities in Florida that I really have grown to enjoy.
All right.
So far I've got Orlando, Miami, and Jacksonville.
Okay. All right. Sounds like someone's going to be retiring in Florida.
I'm trying to retire my fucking Monaco bitch. I'm trying to be in France. I'm trying to be on the motherfucking Mediterranean.
Okay.
Cool. I'm not trying to retire to the U.S. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to raise my kids half the year somewhere else, half the year in the U.S. because I know a lot of my family's not going to do what I'm willing to do.
Yeah.
But I know my mom would. She don't really give a shit. She would rather probably go back to Europe and live there. But I'm manifesting this now. I want to get to the point where I can spend half a year out of the country, half a year in the country. Trying to get me some dual citizenship. I don't even mind if I'm definitely trying to get familiar with Africa and figure out, where's my spot in Africa that I would like to go back to. Because I already kind of know in Europe where I want to go back to. I don't know if I'm going to venture to Asia. I'm probably going to leave Australia alone. If I do Asia, Japan is where I want to go.
I gotta go to Japan, and I need to be in New Zealand.
New Zealand? Okay.
They just do it right over there. I don't know why.
Make a mean Sauv Blanc, I'll tell you that. I never thought about New Zealand. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure that out. Where I could spend half the fucking year.
That's real.
So, I know when I'm retired, we will not be here.
Okay.
That's not going to be Florida.
I'm probably going to be somewhere hot as hell.
I definitely want to be somewhere hot.
Like, I haven't gone anywhere to South America yet, so I need to venture into South America.
Yeah.
See what's going on there. Aruba is going to be the closest I get. I think it's like right above Venezuela.
Yeah, Aruba's on my list of places to go.
So we'll see how that is looking when I get there. My mom being real fancy with this trip.
Yeah, I love it. Is it for her birthday?
Yeah, 55th.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited.
It's 55 counts a milestone. After, life period. Another year of life.
It's always a milestone.
People are dying in their fucking 30s.
First off, our milestones are at 5s in my family.
Okay.
25 milestones.
Rod is so not into. She's like, we cannot keep doing these big celebrations for every birthday. I'm like, why not? She's like, because I think my mom wants to do something for. My grandma's turning 65. She's supposed to do something for 65.
When is she turning 65?
Next month, October 29th.
And
she's supposed to go down to Georgia. First all to be with her for her birthday. I wouldn't mind going down for her birthday every year. To be honest, I don't think it has to be a milestone birthday to do that.
No.
Me, I just think birthdays period are a big deal. Another year of life for me is a big deal.
Absolutely.
So I celebrate them all. As you can see with me, every birthday I do something.
We're doing something.
But
that's how
it's not like this. She feels like 75 is like the next milestone.
75.
100.
100.
Because she feels like it's like 18, then it's 21, then it's 30.
25.
I think 25 too, but she skips 25.
Why? That's when you can rent a car.
Then it's like, that's when you can rent a car for a decent fucking price, bitch. That's a milestone in adult life. I fucking agree. That's not her calendar.
Then it's 30.
Then it's 30.
I think 29 is a milestone because you're like, bitch, it's the last
year of my
life. It's 30 because it's like, bitch, it's the first of 30.
Yeah, I think 29 is definitely one.
And then 31, bitch, you made it.
Bitch, we here.
And then, okay, maybe 32, 33,
okay, yeah, fine.
34, and maybe I'm ramping up to 35.
Yes, 35, yes. And then,
honestly,
okay,
I celebrate it every time.
All right.
Even if I don't leave, I think I've only not left out of town one time, and I was just here, and I had a huge party at Reliable. And it was
I don't always leave town, but if I don't leave town, there's definitely like a big party.
I try to leave every time. That's since my 22nd birthday, I've left out of town every time.
Love it.
And I'm about to turn 29 next year, so.
Yes.
My friend wants to do, what's she trying to do? Costa Rica for hers, and she's in January 29th. So I might just do hers and then come back and do something here.
Okay.
Or even if it's like going to motherfucking Philly. Like a bitch is just trying to live somewhere else.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to I haven't done a solo trip since April. And I think it's something that I really need.
My little solo trip even those for a day was nice.
I love solo trips.
They upgraded my hotel room for free, so I got this nice big ass room. The bedroom was like separate off from the kitchen and living room and stuff, which was for a day, but it was cool. I definitely used the shit out of that room.
That's real.
I stayed until it was time to check out.
So
I definitely enjoyed myself.
Let's get into our third before we get into what you win it or not.
Very yes.
Because we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
We chilling.
Like shit. Let's not drag y'all out with the thumb.
I know. It's like every time y'all look at our episodes, they get longer and longer.
I know, right? Okay, we're gonna try to shorten this time for y'all. We're gonna try. We're gonna try our best. We already on our third set. So
okay, we're doing
good in that regard.
Okay.
There's be so much going on. Okay.
They really do.
So this one is actually a really fun gin. So this is Wonderbird. Oh my God, yes. So Wonderbird, what's cool about them, they're based in Mississippi, North Mississippi. But they are a rice-based gin. So I think they take maybe like a sake style-esque approach when they do the gin. So it's rice-based, which texture-wise already gives you a lot. And you know,
very true.
Aroma-wise, palate-wise, is already giving you something different than you would get from a grain-based gin.
Yes.
So this one is really fun. They call it a field-to-bottle approach. And this one in particular is their Magnolia number 97 gin. This is the first release of their experimental series. And they actually infused this one with some Mississippi magnolia petals, which is cool.
Yes. Okay, first off, y'all. For me, it smells like a lemon poppy seed muffin.
Yes! That's so specific, but so accurate. Lemon poppy seed, bitch. Yes!
Like, literally, like...
And I don't even eat those, but I know exactly what it smells like.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving
and the magnolia comes through, too. That flower petal, soft, kind of... Not perfumey,
yeah. I don't know if I know what magnolia smells like.
It's I don't want to say perfumey, but it's giving floral scent, and I'm assuming that floral obviously is the magnolia. Because I'm not necessarily walking around smelling magnolia either. So
you can definitely get like rice on the end for sure. Like you're cooking a nice white rice. Mm-hmm. It's definitely in there. Oh my god. Oh, it's almost it can be a little savory, I think. Who knows?
That savory crosses over on the palate. So good. It's good to tell y'all.
The texture is the texture is really there.
Luscious.
Very viscous. I love this.
It's really good. I would have a martini with this. In the description it said a good martini gin. I would have a martini with this. I don't drink a ton of them. I only drink dirty martinis. But I would do a little splash of olive juice in this and still enjoy it. I think I would do a blanc vermouth instead of a dry vermouth, though.
It's giving almost tapioca. I don't know if you ever had like rice pudding. I guess not tapioca.
I've had rice pudding.
I love rice pudding a lot.
I was gonna say I like a well-made rice pudding.
It's one of my favorite things to eat. I haven't had any good ones in a while, so
I haven't had rice pudding in a very long time. Ooh, think about pudding just made me think about corn pudding, which just made me think about Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
I cannot wait.
One thing is that this is not very citrusy.
It's not.
It's not giving me a lot of lemons. It's not giving me limes or anything like that.
This year, what else they use? Let's see. Oh yes, other botanicals they used were chinova bark, of course juniper, coriander, and black peppercorn.
Okay. Definitely get the black pepper.
I get more lime peel.
It's there.
Or lime oil, maybe.
Oil for me.
Yeah. Yeah, oil.
It's good though. Definitely pepper.
Yes, pepper.
Maybe saffron? Is that what I'm tasting?
Maybe that's the savory I'm getting.
You know, there's something
Because when
there.
I first took a sip, it was giving very savory. It was giving savory and floral, which is a very interesting combination of flavors.
Yeah.
To have.
That is freaking delicious.
It's really good.
Wow.
Shouts out to you, Wonderbird.
Yes, I'm really happy about
that
that.
on that one.
Like, what? Definitely. Yes. But you win it or all. All right, y'all. My good friend, Al Thompson.
Yeah, shout out to Al.
Just launched. Well, he said he launched it a while ago, but like publicly launched his clothing line called Escapism Designs. And y'all, I was just like, my mouth dropped at this.
The designs are dope.
So good. So he
took
his love. Yeah, he took his love for like Tiki tropical drinks and that style and world and mixed it with, I didn't know this, his love of fashion.
Yeah, I had no idea love of fashion.
And it's just well done. I mean, I honestly could see so many bartenders wearing a lot of this shit. And people that aren't bartenders too, but I'm just thinking about the conferences and shit that I'm about to go to.
Yeah, facts.
Just seeing all these people.
All the pineapple shirt. First of all, he just made the pineapple real swaggy. I fuck with it.
Like this margarita John for me. Like,
yeah, the margarita is sweet. It definitely is. I love the way he did it. It looks almost like distressed, which I love. I'm here for a distressed look.
Also, just like writing down. This looks like you're writing on a napkin. You know, like I really like that so much. And he has accessory pouches, phone cases, tote bags, face masks, whatever. Leggings, t-shirts, hoodies, beach towels, yoga mats.
I definitely want some leggings. I'm just gonna be my warehouse.
I really want some masks. Personally, I want all these masks here.
There's a couple masks.
Because my masks are getting sad. I keep losing my shit. I don't know where they go. I don't know where. How do you lose a mask?
Every time I go to the airport, I take me a pack of white ones.
Like, how do you lose masks that you're supposed to have on
at least I always
all
have
the
a
time? I'm supposed to have a Yes Chef mask, y'all. Yes Chef.
I like the Yes Chef. I want that one.
Oh my gosh, so bad.
I really like that one.
It's just great. Oh, pillows. Oh my god, I need a Yes Chef pillow.
I like the pineapple pillows. I'm trying to figure out where am I gonna put them. Maybe with my leather couch upstairs.
Oh my god, I need this pillow for my couch.
I love that. Yeah, I want the pineapple one. I definitely think I would have that upstairs somewhere.
I love it. One of his infamous sayings for me is Tiki isn't real, and we talked about this a lot. It's just an owl thing where it's like Tiki literally is not real. It's what white men made up. They just fucking made it up.
Pulled a bunch of Polynesian culture stuff, threw it together.
Threw all their culture shit together,
tossed it in a fucking
They
tiki
even
mug.
try to tell you what is and isn't Tiki music, which is really confusing to my fucking face.
Sounds open for interpretation.
Which happened to me last time I went to Tiki by the Sea, is that someone tried to tell me that Beyonce and all this other stuff wasn't Tiki music, and it was like,
what the fuck do you want to play?
What do you consider that? And then the next day during the DJ session, his name is escaping me. He's like a really well-known Tiki guy, whatever. He played like a cool rendition of a Beyonce mix, and I literally just stopped and I looked up and I just go, full fucking circle.
Yes.
Beyonce is fucking Tiki music.
Exactly.
And it was amazing. And I was like, this is great.
Anything you can move your hips to Tiki music for me.
I just feel, this is for another day. We'll talk about this maybe when we're sipping on some more rum. But like, and probably when we come back, let's talk about it when I come back to TYC. Because the reason why I'm going again is to see what has changed. This time I'll be on the volunteer side, I'll be working it, but I'll also be able to still hear the seminars, different things like that. And I'm hoping that they really take in the criticism that we gave last year, or the year 2 years ago.
Did y'all give? I didn't even know.
Oh, well,
I thought you maybe told me about it when we were at BCB, but that was such a...
It was 2 years. Honestly, it was 2 years now.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 3.
It was 2019 when we went.
Yeah, and well, we just talked a lot about how Tiki is complete appropriation.
Yeah.
It's complete appropriation, and when we tried to bring that up,
wasn't a part of their kind of curriculum or whatever?
No.
Oh,
it's not.
Okay.
It was me plus a few others, being like, hey, so like, what is this? Me just ending it with like, so you are just legit not saying any of the names of these brown bartenders standing next to this white man on this picture here. Yeah. You know that this, like, is there any records of anybody, any of their names of people that they work with? And I think the only person maybe to give a little bit of understanding is that you knew that Dom the Beachcomber worked with 3 other Filipino bartenders, but you don't know their names. You don't know they were, but they were the only ones that knew his recipes.
Why?
And like, so this is why you had
Pacific
Pacific
Islanders. People
Islanders.
of color and the actual culture just becomes the backdrop to, like,
I mean, but that was it.
The white person's story.
Well, that was the point, though. When you were writing it back in the day, our stories didn't matter. And I said this and out loud. I was like, I understand, and I understand that in the past, our stories didn't matter. There was no point of writing about or understanding why the importance of us being there at all. Because someone has to have something. Yeah. And I was like, have you tried to look for that? And we didn't even get I will look at the future, I will look at the past, none of that. And then even the wave after me, Zach Sanders went to the wave after me. and they got into that same conversation. And the one guy gets up before anybody even asking questions. He goes, "And Tiki is not an appropriation." And like from there, it was like,
beg to differ.
"Oh, really?" And so they like sent sent written emails and stuff to the like administrative part of it. Just like, we don't want this speaker to speak here anymore. I can't remember his fucking name. He's like a German guy. Like this was like very inappropriate. This was heartbreaking. Like so it was a lot. But then you saw over 2020 that they had people in conversations talking about having Pacific Islanders talk about how Tiki and its whole culture is offensive and what that means, and so I'm hoping
that something has changed. That they've bothered to check the tone of the room repeatedly.
And this episode won't come out until after I'm there, so that's great. They never know that I'm on a secret agency.
Yeah.
I'm not on a secret agency. I actually still had a great time amongst all that, but literally I think all of our minds were so blown. Like I remember on the boat ride, the people of color just like staring off into the ocean, and we're just like,
is this really what they think?
And then one person walked up to me and was like, "It's like Cinco de Mayo, but all the time." And I was like, "Yeah,
that's insane."
And we just like looked out into the water.
Yeah, that's damn.
And it was like, fuck. It was so much. So.
Wow. Well, I hope some things have changed for the
I'm going to
we'll see.
Dive back into it, guys.
Yes. Well, I think it'll help for them to have respect for someone who's, been there as an attendee, and then someone as a volunteer who's, actually looking to see what those changes and stuff are going to be. So
I'm excited. I mean, Aaron Joseph I think he's always been a part of it, but he's a part of the like creation stuff this time, and I love Aaron. Shouts out to him. Congratulations to him and
real quick.
Cane Spirits. We're hoping that the lighting is still great.
Yes.
But I'm excited. Yeah. I can't wait. But yes, so shout out to Al.
Yes.
Your merch is
definitely
awesome.
about to buy some shit, so
me too.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
Next time, me and Ross something matching.
Yeah. At least like you should do like her like a hat and yours is like
we're gonna coordinate. My leggings can match her hat or whatever, or her hoodie can match my t-shirt or whatever.
Exactly.
She gonna match me, goddammit. I seen all these couples with matching shit.
It can just coordinate.
Yeah, so that's what I mean when I say match. I mean coordinate. I don't mean we got the same outfit on.
There's been small coordination. She doesn't
even know.
She's
been coordinating in colors with me,
yes.
and she some of them she been doing purposely, just not saying nothing. She wait for me to catch it, just to give me off her case.
It's cute. It's good on one page.
I think it's great. We're a unit now. We might as well dress like
might as well.
Shit, got me fucked up.
Period.
Okay, so what else we with?
Okay, so recently, we've had Hurricane Ida, and a lot of New Orleans bartenders. This was actually a lot to go through too for me, where when I first saw some people being like, "I'm evacuating, are you?" And I was like, "Oh shit, let me reach out to the people that are close to in New Orleans." And I reached out to a lot of people, try to see who was staying, who was not, who was evacuating. Most of them evacuated, some of them didn't. Seeing posts and stuff like that, it was a lot. This crazy thing about Ida, it hit the same time that Katrina did, and it hit bigger than Katrina did.
But a lot of people were triggered.
Oh, absolutely. So much. I mean, I can only imagine. The amount of depression that comes around this time for them in general. Like, even if it's a big hurricane or not coming, just like this time of the year for them. Every hurricane season.
The government responded to it.
I mean, breaking the levees so that the fucking French Quarter didn't flood. That was most of what happened in Katrina in general. This time that didn't happen. The levees didn't break, but they still did go through a lot of damage. Power, I believe, is still out in lots of places. And a lot of people will probably not be able to go.
For like a month, right?
Yeah, they probably won't be able to go back home for those that have evacuated. I think some of them are back home now. But probably get back to like a normal life within a month. So
this is a long time to fucking recalibrate. Like,
and this could potentially, especially with the climate change stuff that's happening and the way that things are going in general, could potentially happen every year, right? what's been awesome about this is the industry's response. And honestly, when I say the industry, I'm actually really talking about black people. I mean, there've probably been some white people, but I only follow
the community's
like black
response.
Yeah, I only follow
primarily black and brown.
When I'm watching, it's primarily black and brown people.
Yeah,
there's probably definitely some things happening with others, but first and foremost, Turning Tables. They partnered with another rally to get a list going for people that need work or are looking for work. They also have a grant. They partnered with Lush Life to get the list of people who are willing to hire people that need work and are displaced. Then they worked with another rally to get a grant going. So you could definitely go to another rally to get a grant. I believe it's a $250 grant at this point, or $250. I can't remember. I have to look again, but that's awesome. Another person, Ashtin Berry, by herself, is doing awesome mutual aid. She's so far raised $7,000, which has been able to get her.
Shouts out to Ashtin.
Yes, ma'am. Be able to get her. She's gotten generators, so she can do charging stations. She says water, gas, and she's just awesome. She stayed, and I was super afraid that she had stayed. But she's safe and she's doing all of what's in her power to get shit together, especially for her immediate area, which I believe she's in the 7th ward. And that's great. My best friend Chrissy from college, who I go down to see every year, her and her family evacuated because her and her family's house was destroyed last time. So not last time, but like last Katrina. Because they've had hurricanes before. I was actually down there during a hurricane last year. And I was super worried, but they evacuated to Florida. But then, she hit me up, was like, can I, would you be willing to have me and my baby? And so I was like, absolutely. However much time you need. Like, I was offering my house, my couch, my floor. I was like, look, whatever it is, I know I can find you a job. I know I can do this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers need bartenders. So, so
especially if she's good.
Well, Chrissy's not in the industry, but like in general, just like people, there were so many people that reached out that was like, I know DC is technically far as into where to go, but if you just need a place, if you're driving or you're training or whatever, you can definitely stop at DC and I got you. So
I even got a spot open at Sailbox.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the amount of people I know hiring. I definitely could have got some people into some jobs, but like once it was such a big thing because New Orleans is a place that I want to move and live, and I've always told myself that I won't move and live there until I have a home here in the DMV area, so that because I know for a fact of this struggle that will happen there, you know. So, but then the question is, and I was talking to Teray about this, was what do you leave with? How fast do you leave? What do you keep yearly? Like, how much stuff do you put in your house? Because it's like
to think about and prepare for.
The just complete depression of like the fear of literally having to restart every year.
And then because of something that you cannot even do anything about, like the weather.
You can't do shit about.
You can't do shit about it.
I think that's insanity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's, you build your community for that, right? So like,
I would think this is a random sidebar, but it's a thought that I have every time I think about like natural disasters and stuff. Do you think any of it in terms of where like the places that continuously get severely hit by natural disasters, whether it's a tornado in the dry area or New Orleans with hurricanes or whatever, do you think any of it has to do with any kind of fuck the science of it all, like any spiritual type of like what's the word that I'm looking for? I'm having a brain fart.
Connection?
Yes, connection.
Spiritual hotspots?
It maybe karmically, because I'm just thinking of like a lot happens like in southern places, a lot happens in like kind of that lower third.
I mean, at this point right now,
hits there in a very like shifting way. Like And I just think about that.
I think the lack of and the more of is big spiritually, no matter what. Like here in DC, I think it's weird that a lot of stuff grazes over us.
I think
you know
so too.
Mm-hmm.
I think so too.
So I think both.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the answer is yes. And I think the way that we see where things seem mild and everything's okay has something to do with some stuff, and where things are very abrupt and
visceral,
constant, going through is yes. And then also just fucking climate change.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's probably something spiritual happening in New York, but they fucking went through it.
Went the fuck through it.
Which is technically the next topic anyway.
Never good say good.
Our what's tea and going into our
fourth. Just the shit that's happening, period, guys, as we sip our fourth. This is the quickest I think we got to do our fourth.
We're doing good.
We're doing good, y'all.
We're trying to. It's probably already an hour and a half.
Segments, yeah. No, we're doing so good. Okay. So the goal is to get it under an hour and a half this time for y'all. Okay.
Technically, there is a chop here.
There is a chop here, so we got at least like a 2-3 minute chop. All right. So right now we're going to be sipping. This is out of St. Augustine. St. Augustine Distillery's Red Vermouth Finished Gin. So this is out of St. Augustine, Florida. It's fucking delicious. It's one of my favorites.
I made it old fashioned.
I definitely was drunk as shit when I gave it to Kapri, but I don't regret it because it's a good one. I definitely gave this away drunk. And I looked at my camera and was like, wait, did I give it away? But I have more than one of these, so that was
okay, well, then she's fine.
Yeah, I had more than one. So
this black tea.
So
maybe a little bit of licorice.
The botanicals in this one is juniper, coriander, angelica root, lemon peel, cassia bark. So very classic gin botanicals. It was finished in a sweet vermouth barrel for a year.
Giving potpourri.
So that's what's given that color. As you can see, it's giving very gold. It's giving lemony gold.
It's definitely lemony gold. Not at all. Not at all.
It's giving yellow, not orange. Yes. Rob, thank you. Love you dearly.
Shout out. 2 hours. WTF.
God, yes, definitely licorice, definitely potpourri.
If y'all know what I'm talking about, growing up grandma's house.
That lemon peel is very prevalent.
Super lemon, kind of orangey, juice too. These are juice fruits for me. I'm not getting.
Yeah, it's very bright.
Like I'm sticking my nose.
It's definitely. I get that sweetness.
Cinnamon apple thing.
Yes, because it's white apple. It's definitely giving sweet, maybe even. I don't know if it's giving honey.
Apple cobbler.
Sweet. Definitely give a sweet cinnamon apple for sure. It's good.
Oh wow.
A lot of menthol.
It's so fragrancy.
Yeah.
Oh,
that potpourri you get in the nose is amplified on that.
So much.
It is giving pot curry.
But I made it old fashioned with this. I'll make it with my coriander syrup.
Ooh.
And orange
that
vanilla
sounds
bitters.
good. That might be like my one cocktail for the day.
Yeah, let's do that after this. It was so good. Also, will probably put me over the edge.
Let's see, are you getting potpourri? You getting?
Child, I can't even get past the fragrance. It ends differently though. Hold
this one, I might add a little water to.
Oh, yeah.
Let's open it up. Pause. Open her up.
Yes.
Yes, get it wet. Yes. You know what I cannot wait for? I cannot wait for Ready to Love in DC.
Which one?
Ready to Love. That was random shit.
Yes.
But I was thinking, I'm just so excited for that. I cannot wait to see Frank Lance act a fool on TV.
It smells like Sprite.
It is giving lemon lime spritiness.
Yes,
it's giving lemon lime sprite realness.
He's doing a watch party. Yes, I don't know. I'm supposed to say that.
Oh shit.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Sorry.
Skirt. Actually, it should be soon though.
We'll skirt on past the week already. It's not like nobody knows he's in it.
That's true.
We already tagged it.
That's right. Yeah, I think he's gonna be doing a watch party soon.
Fine. Okay.
It smells
like mellowed out that potpourri. I taste the oak, but it's not like.
Ooh.
It's not like the way you taste oak and whiskey.
It's like somebody just like sprayed a lot of perfume and I walked through it.
Yeah. Yes. That is exactly what it is. It's giving perfume waft. This time.
What is it wafting?
It's the waft. It's just a very heavy waft.
Wow.
Like grandmama just put on her church perfume and you just walked into her spritz.
You're just like, God damn
and
it.
was just not ready for it.
God damn it.
Shit. Shout out to everybody with the age happening for what just happened with Hurricane Ida. So, yes. Cheers to y'all. Definitely keep all the people who do all the works in my prayers.
Absolutely.
Because they're doing something that I have not figured out how to tangibly do the same way.
Absolutely.
So, I definitely appreciate them people.
Same.
And I could
you start to share what you've been doing.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I definitely been sharing people's stuff.
Sharing it helps. It works.
Yeah.
It's real.
Definitely. Power of social media, for sure. So, and that's free to just repost somebody's shit. But I did want to talk about some good TV.
All right, let's talk.
I know you're not a reality TV girl like that, and I am. I watch the trash TV. I watch the sustenance. I like it all. Well, I like most. I ain't gonna say it all, but what I really love, and I really want you to watch it, just be open, because it's actually really good reality TV. There's the drama, yes, but it's not toxic TV. It is beautiful blackness.
Okay.
It is produced by Issa Rae. It is on HBO Max, so there's no commercials.
Okay.
It's all about this really, and everyone's attractive, which is great.
Okay.
It's like these beautiful black, they're all at their quarter century moment in life. They're all like in their 25, 26. All successful in their own right, all doing something different out in LA, like on their hustle type shit. And just this big group of friends, all these beautiful black, and like just the array of blackness is great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's arrayed just in terms of like financial circumstances and like industry that they're in. Like everybody plays a role in the circle well.
Okay.
And they kind of all gel well. Of course, they got their shit within like any other group of people, but the way that it's narrated isn't in a way where they're trying to egg on conflict throughout the entire thing. Like, there's actual healthy conflict resolution.
Oh, wow.
That no one's coming to physical blows about anything.
That's
like,
amazing.
they're genuine friends, and so they genuinely give a fuck about, you know, actually talking about it, and like the type of topics that they talk on is very important. What I really love about it is that they normalize black men expressing their emotions out loud and actually not being afraid to cry in front of one another, which is great.
Absolutely.
So there's just a lot of really good, all the warm, happy feels that I just get watching the show. I feel like it's worth it for you to watch.
Okay.
I was gonna say, don't go into looking at it as just another reality TV show, because it's not. And something from Issa Rae, I knew it wasn't gonna be like that anyway.
Sure.
She's not. That's not her brand of TV
at all whatsoever.
That's not her brand of content.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so the way she has done this is literally like couldn't complain at all about a reality TV show. Like that. It was just so well done. It's just very well done.
Awesome.
It's great. They were on this fabulous trip to Mexico. These motherfuckers on a private jet, bitch. 23 beautiful black, young, successful people on a private jet to fucking Cabo.
Yeah.
Beautiful house. They're all celebrating this one girl's birthday. She got motherfucking 23 people. She wasn't invited on the trip. I was like, I would have never in my life have 23 people, unless it's like family and friends, then it can accumulate to that many. But just friends, I ain't got that many friends. But she got that many motherfucking friends, and they all came and put in on this fucking trip to motherfucking Cabo. Like, it was just beautiful. So I want you to watch it, and then I want you to report back the next time we record. You got homework.
No!
You got homework, bitch. I want you to watch it. It's worth it. It's a good binge. So when you have time for a good binge. Because it's like 8 or 9 episodes. And they're like 30 minutes. So it's not like, you're not spending like 9 hours watching it. You're spending like a good 4 and some change.
Okay.
So give it an afternoon, give it an evening, and actually watch it. It's good. You will take some good feels from it, I promise.
All right.
It's good. So I'm always trying to convince her about some shows, guys. I'm still trying to get her on the shy.
I don't have anything against it. I'm not attracted to those type of TV shows.
Yes.
We will go into this another day.
Yes.
It is a long conversation.
It is. That's actually a good combo topic. So
yeah, we'll
get into some TV and kind of analyze that shit to death one of these episodes.
Oh, yeah. Bro.
But one that we're mutually watching that I got you into at the house, we had our great dinner party at my house
my God,
last
so
Monday.
great.
Nine Perfect Strangers.
Oh.
Such an interesting show.
And it might turn out to be the sci-fi I love, so I'm happy. I'm really into it.
It's a good show.
We're only at episode 5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long it's going to go.
I'm not going to give any spoilers, but just to give a general synopsis. Fabulous casting.
Oh,
for starters.
Amazing casting.
Like, I usually will at least glance at either Melissa McCarthy in it anyway.
Agreed.
Just because I love her work.
Yeah.
But there's just great casting all around. I loved, I don't even know his actual name, but he played Man Boy in Snowfall, which I know you don't watch. And
he's tall black guy?
No, he's not tall. The light-skinned black guy in the show, the Not Perfect Strangers, the one married to the white girl.
He's not tall?
Is he tall?
I think he's tall.
When I think tall, I think like 6 feet.
Yeah, I think he's not tall.
Is he that tall?
Let's see.
Child, don't give me a lie. He may very well be. But him, I love everything that I've seen him in also. He's done some movies he's done. He's great in Snowfall. He's great in like movie stuff I've seen him in, so I was happy to see him in this. But yeah, it's just a great cast for starting. Nicole Kidman's in it. Of course, her role is very weird.
This fucked up. They don't even have him in the lineup right here.
Oh, that's some old racist shit.
What the hell is that?
Oh, that's some old racist shit. They got the wife on it.
Now I gotta go to View All.
They got the wife on it?
Yeah, the wife is second.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. There we go. Melvin Gregg. Nigga just got two first names.
They don't even got the black woman up. You have to
Regina Hall. Regina Hall.
You have to go to Review All to see the rest of the only 4 people of color that got in the motherfucker.
Is it Google that's being racist?
6'2". I knew he was tall.
He ain't down like
It's Google, no word. It's the world. It's the world, girl. It's the world being racist.
The world's being racist. Child. Well, Melvin Gregg, Regina Hall, Melissa McCartney. What's it? Is that Tiffany Boone?
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Boone. She was also in the Shy first season. Who else? I already said Nicole Kidman.
Luke Evans.
What's his name? Bobby who?
Bobby Cannavale.
Bobby Cannavale. Love him.
Probably.
It's giving Italian, so I'm just gonna call it that.
And if you've seen The Good Place, maybe
yes.
Jacinto, I don't know.
Great cast, but we're gonna leave it there before we butcher names. Great cast,
okay.
Great plot. All these people are coming from different places, from different walks of life, from different situations, all for different reasons, are converging at this resort kind of spa-like place. I think it's supposed to be for a week, but it feels like they're there for like a month. And so they all come to this place. From the second they get there, it's already kind of peculiar, and like they got sort of phones and blood work and all this stuff, which is not typical for somewhere where you're assigning yourself into a place to get away and like have this resort-like experience. So it's very interesting. I don't want to spoil it because I want people to actually watch it.
It's really great.
But it's really great. There's a lot going on in that shit, and it's like I love the way they address everybody's different kind of circumstances and how they all wound up there. Yes. It is very interesting. So definitely highly recommend that show.
Absolutely. Get into it.
The next show I'm going to get into is White Lotus. I haven't gotten there yet. It's another show on HBO Max. That one of the podcasts I listened to, they were talking about it. Certain people, if they listen to like my brand, if they watch my brand of TV, I'll like take their suggestions on stuff. So this was one that Bridget Kelly had actually, they were talking about on her podcast. See, the thing is, and
that's the name of the podcast. That's an amazing name.
It's a good name. You've heard that podcast before because I played it in the car. When we
that's amazing.
But yeah, she recommended that show as a good watch. She also watches Not Perfect Strangers, so I was like, probably like the same type of TV as me. So
nice. I love that.
And I also need to watch The Nevers. It's so long, I haven't gotten a chance to sit and pay attention to it. But I want to watch that. What I saw, I saw the first episode, and I love what I saw in the first episode. So I haven't gotten a chance to actually go beyond that. So I'm gonna watch it.
I think the ending of the first season was weird. I think I need to rewatch it because I'm not sure how it all really came together. But I still really loved it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start from the very beginning again and just actually sit through it. It has to be another one of my weekends where I actually have free time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gotta be one of those.
I definitely also what's tea is the apocalypse that's happening right now in the world. So we talked about Hurricane Ida in New Orleans, but it also moved its way across land. Somehow, once again, skipped over us because people were closing down their shops and everything, and ended
a lot of rain, but
New York. New York flooded.
That is also why I just wonder what that's about. Is it just the winds? Is it the position of the planet?
Well, I mean, New York is technically. I mean, it's
kind of Hurricane Sandy hit it too.
Yeah, like
so it does have its shitty moments of like
New York's not mainland at all. It's islands. It's
a series of islands.
Yeah, so,
but a bunch of bridges in between. So
they just are the amount of water. There's
I didn't think about that.
Yeah. They're surrounded literally everything's water everywhere, and all the trains go underwater. And those train things are they're old. I mean, honestly.
And they don't New York is not maintained. We could tell during COVID, the way that they had to scrape the filth off the walls, they don't maintain the subway system.
No, they can't, assuming people when you do it, when you stop it.
I mean, yeah, I guess it throws them in. Some people from New York don't even have driver's licenses. So it's like
how do you even...
When the majority of your population depends on that system. But I mean, you can still deep clean around the people, no? Or just during hours where there's less traffic, like in the middle of the night, you could do it. Like people are working there 24/7.
I think now they can. I think that's why we saw it during COVID because
they had to scrub the shit out there. I mean, the before and afters were disturbing.
But the water of the flooding, it just is coming up, y'all. It's coming down where the doors open. You would have to walk through a waterfall. Disgusting ass water. It's coming up from wherever the fuck. People are on buses. Buses are driving through, like, they're standing on top of the chairs because there's so much water in the bus that's driving them home.
That's wild.
People's bottom floor apartments are flooded up until their necks.
That's scary as fuck. That's very scary.
Motherfuckers are floating on floaties down the alleyways.
Hitting a J, just floating. Because at that point, what can you do? That's next level, fuck it.
That's next level apocalypse for sure. Like, at this point, what do you do?
I need a bunker, bitch. I just need a bunker somewhere. I need to be prepared at my time.
I mean,
I need some shit planted in the earth.
And supposedly there's a drought in the middle of America, and then there's fires on the West Coast.
What else is new with that?
Oh, there's always fires. But these fires have been going since, 2 years now, I guess.
Just constantly, That is just, it's a lot. That's the main thing that keeps me wanting a place in D.C.
Snowstorm in Texas.
I always want to have a home in the D.C. area because things just seem to skip past us.
Weirdly.
Oddly so. I mean,
it's actually weird as fuck, y'all.
It's weird. Like, there's some flooding. Like, flooding happens. It's not to the severity that we've seen elsewhere.
No, not at all.
Like, it's inconvenient.
But Virginia and Maryland will get hit like a motherfucker.
Yes, for sure. And D.C. will be unscathed.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so, I don't know what that's about. It's something going on. It's something in the universe happening now. It's something. It's absolutely something.
So, yes. That's
what's tea right now, chill.
On to our last and final.
That's it, honey. Yes. So we've made our way down to up to Kentucky. We bounced from Florida up and over to Kentucky. I forget that it's right next to Ohio. And this is New Riff. Super popular brand for their bourbon and rye primarily, but they make really good gin also. So I believe it is grain based, but they also cut this a little bit with just a little bit of their rye.
Okay.
And some of the botanicals in this are locally foraged, like they use Kentucky juniper and a traditional juniper. They use spicebush, which is local to Kentucky. Orris root, cinnamon, goldenrod. I think it might be local to Kentucky too. Licorice. I think it's a plant or something. Licorice, Persian lime, angelica, coriander, bitter orange peel, and lemon peel.
I was going to say orange. It's so much.
It's giving a lot of orange peel for sure. Yeah, and that juniper comes through, but I don't know if it's prominent.
No.
That licorice is very, very prevalent.
Absolutely.
Whatever that spice bush is, maybe that's the spice I'm getting. Get a lot more orange on the tongue.
I don't know. I feel like I get the cinnamon.
I get more cinnamon, and I get the texture of licorice. You know how like Like, you know that weightiness you would get from an Old Tom gin?
Yeah.
I get that from this a little bit.
Oh.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I get the spice from that coriander. Maybe that's what that is.
It's definitely there. It's definitely there.
But I definitely taste that orange peel too. New Mexican spirit.
Yes,
Their
it is.
monster is so fun. And that Balboa rye also so good.
Y'all, where we eating? And we got one that we not this week again.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
where I
am eating and mostly drinking. It's Metro Bar right now. I'm really enjoying Metro Bar.
I know.
I am loving it. Aside from the fact that I have to piss in a porta potty. Which
Get it together,
still traumatizes me every time. But at least they have one of the big ones that I can move around in it because I hate that closet-like
I only go to the big one.
Like, gotta be fucked up.
And it smells good in there.
It's, yeah, well, usually I go in there with my mask. I go in every porta potty with a mask on just because I don't want to breathe in potential fumes.
You should always go in.
Yes.
Any
so,
bathroom right now with a mask on.
With a fucking mask on, for sure.
Does not matter what.
But I'm loving Metro Bar right now. Shout out to Rich.
Yes.
And Caleb, his like great little bar back, who's like 17.
Yes,
he's a Virgo. I'm like learning more about his life every time I go now.
Oh my
I just think it's so great. I'm just here for the work ethic. I'm so here for. I'm so impressed.
Yes.
I'm so thoroughly impressed.
So me and Rich worked
so
in
chill,
an event for Serenata in Virginia, and he was there, and he was just doing so much, and Rich was like, I'm gonna make that motherfucker my bar back. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah.
Shout out to Rich.
Like, he's like, he's just really great. I'm gonna
and he takes it and trust what he was learning how to cook yesterday on the thing, and how to make different syrups, and he knows how to make lemonades and all that. I'm just like, oh, I love it.
So Rich is a bar dad early, and like, seriously,
early bar dad.
This kid's gonna be around for a while, and I'm pretty sure we're all gonna be there for his 21st birthday.
I cannot wait. I really want to be. I was like, damn, I can't wait till you're of age to drink. Because I really want to be there for that.
This is
like, he's such a cool kid.
We're gonna be so old at this point.
And this point, I was gonna say, he's what? He just turned 17. I'll be 35 when he turns 21. Yeah. So I'm definitely gonna be giving real anti vibes, but I'm okay with that.
It doesn't matter. Does not matter.
I'm so okay with it because he's so cool. I just think
he's just starting out really right, and Rich is really great at giving.
He's giving him a great head start. Yeah. So I'm here for it. I love that he wants to continue to work through school.
I love Metro Bar. I wonder if they're open today. They probably not, but like,
it's a Monday. Are they open on Mondays?
They're not, but like maybe for Labor Day.
Oh, maybe because it is 3-day weekend. And he is pushing a cocktail called 3-day weekend. So maybe. But Metro Bar's great. I love that I can eat whatever I want to in there. Right. I ordered roti this time and it was great.
Yeah.
So I think that part is really cool. You cannot bring your own alcohol in there, though people have tried. But you can bring your own food, which I think is a really cool concept to have. Not a lot of places allow that. So I think the fact that they don't have to lean on a food menu is pretty cool. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I do think the music vibe needs to shift, but that's really cute. Oh, I love it. Yeah, my only thing I want to see change is just the music.
What music did you have?
It was just that kind of like, that trippy kind of mix where it's,
Chubb was there?
Maybe it was house. I don't know if I would call it house. Kind of. Yeah, it's giving that vibe. Yeah. Chubb was there to, child, we said all that. He thought he wasn't, I don't know if he thought he was working it or, I don't know, maybe, but he did? I don't know. It was confusing. He brought his speakers, then left. And then I went to the bathroom, came back, the speakers were gone, and he wasn't there. And then at some point, him and the speakers returned. So I don't know what that was about. It was confusing. But he had by the time he made it back, I was heading home. So I don't know what the confusion was there, but there was definitely confusion.
I love Metro Bar because I could walk there. It's
yeah,
down the fucking trail. It's great. I love it.
That's a nice bar to be able to walk to from too. So really definitely a good time there. What are we not eating at?
Girl, this nasty ass Japanese restaurant called Naraya in DC down on the wharf.
The wharf.
Fancy. It gives a little bit of LA vibes. Very cute aesthetic. Horrible food.
Damn, that sucks.
It's just not good. Very expensive for just shitty fucking food. I mean, like, their clam, chowder, soup, whatever, had the full shell of the clam in the soup.
Oh, no. Why?
You didn't see that. It was like at the top. You put your spoon in, and it was like a full clam coming out. If that's how it's done, I'm sorry if I make it, like, if I didn't like it. I didn't like that shit. My sushi rolls were bland. We had something else that was just bland as hell, and it was just like, wow, we're paying a lot of money for some shitty shit. Also, went down with my girl Erica. She asked for a daiquiri. The man looked at her and said he doesn't have that. And I had to look at him and go, we're not talking the frozen ones. We're talking classic daiquiris. Yeah, just lime, sugar, and rum. Oh, let me see. And then it came out on crushed ice.
Sorry, I was just listening and not watching. This was our moment to pause and reflect on that bullshit.
Because that's just a lot of stereotypical shit. Because we're black and we ask for a daiquiri.
You can't know the classic. You can't appreciate the classic. It has to be something frozen and sweet and full of sugar and pumped with bullshit. Get the fuck out of here.
So
Classic bartending was built on the backs of black people. Black men specifically,
Period.
but black people. Service jobs was not something perfected by Anglo people.
No.
Period.
Period.
Because that was a job y'all didn't want to do in the first fucking place.
Period.
And so cut it the fuck out. That's my brief rant for the day. You're not gonna go ham like I did last episode.
So, anyways, never going back there. Hated it. What I did love recently that I've gone to, the Royal. I forgot how much I love their food.
In Alexandria?
No, over here on Florida Ave, downtown. Not downtown, I keep saying downtown. Florida Ave, because everything from me is downtown. Florida
everything in Northwest I
and-
almost called, not everywhere in Northwest because there's uptown but downtown, but everything that's not uptown I almost called downtown.
I just like, it starts it. It's off of Florida Ave, and it's just amazing. They are a Latin vibe. I don't know if it's Argentinian. I don't remember. Don't get me lying on the Royal, but some of the best, and I mean the best coffee drinks you can get.
Ooh.
I think
Coffee
really,
cocktails
really,
or coffee, like just coffee drinks
in general.
Okay.
Cocktails and non-cocktails. Just like their espresso. It's
coffee.
really,
I don't drink a ton of it, so I really appreciate a good coffee.
So good. And then they have this thing called a bird dog. Oh, it had like,
I'm just about to ask
I'm
what's
not
that.
even a
Yeah.
big avocado fan. There's like
I
avocado.
love avocado.
There's like parsley. It's made out of like chicken. And it's just like a really cool rendition of like a half smoke, and it's just so good. And I really want it right now.
It sounds good shit. I'm already hungry.
I'm so hungry. And then Le Jam.
La Jam.
My friend
I need
Stephanie
some French
works there.
food. We need to go on a date to a
Okay,
French
this
restaurant.
woman has never been to a French restaurant.
Never. I'm not
What are they
opposed to
doing?
French food, but I've never been to a French
Oh
restaurant.
my god, I can't believe it.
I've been to German. I've been to Italian. I've been to some other shit, Greek even.
So insane.
But I've not done French. So that needs to be our next dinner date.
Yes, absolutely. Please. Well, we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
French is definitely next. But Le Jam, oh my god. I actually have their menu up so I can remember what I had. It was amazing. Their steak
They do
au
oysters?
Yes, they do oysters.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they have... Nope, yep, their oysters were delicious. Steak au poivre was delicious.
I
We had their
crave
hot
oysters, like,
dog was
every week now.
amazing. I mean, why wouldn't you?
I just been craving like a good, briny, cold,
Oh, the
cream
ricotta was
oyster.
so good. Oh my god.
Mm.
Literally so many things that I had. I just can't even. Le Jam was amazing. If you haven't been, go. My girl works there. She's been telling me to come, and I just didn't think about it. Chefs are black. I don't know if the head chef is black, but the chefs that were making our shit was black as fuck.
Nice.
And like a good like DC black tattoo.
So this will be worth our French dinner date being there?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely. I definitely think it should be Le Jam.
Okay.
I mean, of course, it's Staples, Diplomat, but like Le Jam should be it, and then we should venture out. There's a French restaurant in DuPont that I haven't been to that my good friend Kevin, shout out to Kev, has been wanting to take me, and he was like, he swears by that place. So I think we should do that after. But like Le Jam is definitely, I think, a great start for your friendship venture, and it might be even Honestly, it might be even better than like Diplomat. Really, I'm not even gonna lie. Like Diplomat is just so consistent.
And I gotta try El Jam and then go to Diplomat and see if I which I like better. I'm excited about that. Okay, cool.
So great. So and then Dee's house.
Yeah, that's what we eat for real.
For real though.
No, we had a really good. So I randomly just invited Rich to my house my first time at Metro Bar. I was like, we'll have a dinner. We went to my house for dinner. He was like, really? I was like, yeah, why not? So turned into a dinner party. My wife's best friend that she's been friends with since high school was in town from Cali. So
he was awesome.
Yeah, Flo, he's a good time. This is my first time meeting him in person, which was nice. Because I think he's been in Cali the bulk of our relationship. Because his wife has been out there. They were long distance for like 2 seconds. And then we went out there to join her, and their life is now in Cali. So he was in town for a week, which was nice. And so it was me, Kapri, Rich, my wife, and her best friend. And it was just a good time.
It was so much fun.
It started at like 3 in the afternoon, basically.
Yeah.
And then just carried out into the night, which was great. I made a mustard tarragon cream sauce to go with some chicken and some jasmine rice. Did a salad.
Salad was fun.
Did a charcuterie board.
The charcuterie
I love
board is always great.
That was delish. And it was just a good time. I had good cocktails. I pre-batched a peach cinnamon old fashioned.
Oh my god, y'all, this old fashioned.
So good. I think I still have some sitting in the freezer, actually.
Old fashioned.
It was really good. I was quite proud of that one. I had made a peach syrup out of some peaches that were about to go bad, like right on the brink of going bad. This is probably the perfect time to make a syrup out of something. So I made a syrup out of that, and then just did equal parts cinnamon and peach syrup with some mango and some what was that? George Dickel?
I think me and Rich literally took it. Like, oh my god, we screamed! Oh my god, it was so good.
Yeah, that was really good.
We literally screamed! Oh my god.
We had some wine. We had really good
margaritas.
We had margaritas.
What?
Chow.
What was we doing?
Okay, with the coffee. First of all, I had to nurse myself back to life the whole next day on Tuesday. I was on the couch the entire day. I couldn't even do it. I just couldn't even. I thought I was going to work. Couldn't have it. Didn't have it. I nursed myself back up. I didn't eat the rest of the day because I was like, why the fuck did I always do this rookie shit? Every time, and I know it's rookie shit, and I still do it. Mixing shit. Just too busy enjoying myself. Oh, this sounds so good right now. I love red wine. Yeah, it's great. Probably not after a watermelon margarita.
Yeah, wine and liquor.
Then Rob brought out hookah cutting on blue light shit, turned the house to a fucking lounge. Then I'm smoking. It was just a lot by the end of the night. It was a great time. But the next day I paid for that good time.
I'd agree.
It was worth it.
It was definitely worth it.
I would drink differently next time, but I would do it all over again. I would stick to one thing.
You see that now, but when you're having a good time, you just having a good time.
It gets carried. I say that every time, and then I do it again. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll try to at least limit the amount of drinks.
Yeah.
We always, keep the water flowing.
Keep the water flowing.
But it was a damn good time. I want more dinner parties like that. That's the type of stuff that's my fun.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that.
It was great.
And I like doing shit at my house. Just because it's easier to control how much it's going to cost.
It was that we had a ride out there. I'm just like, I make my way over there. No matter what.
Either way, I'm Connecticut. Yeah, I still make our way. So,
as long as you understand.
I make it worth it, though. I always make it worth it. You leave well fed. You leave well lubricated. You got all the drinks. Sometimes you leave with bottles. I feel like that's worth a semi-potentially hefty Uber ride.
It is.
At least you don't leave empty-handed.
Absolutely.
And you don't leave hungry. And you definitely don't leave sober. So,
what was your favorite?
My favorite was Magnolia, I think.
Which was
It's between the Magnolia. It's between the Magnolia and the St. Augustine for me.
Magnolia was my favorite. I think I'm gonna take a shot as we end this day.
Yeah.
So, thank you all again for listening into another episode of Soul Palate. Yes. And we'll see you all next week.
Time. That's
cheers.
fine.
Yeah. Oh. That was.
Oh, wait. Oh, let's try this again.
Cheers.
Oh,
damn.
Oh.
Huzzah!